where that goes. It just never. Okay, wait, we gotta go live. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, y'all?
What up? What's up, y'all? It's your temporary best friends here with you live today, right now. Right. What's up?
Ain't nothing much, but before we get into that, I want to say make sure you guys go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go on there. You can find us Temporary Best Friends, not only on YouTube, but we are also on Anchor. So you guys can go find us on Anchor. Make sure y'all go and hit that subscribe and like button. Go and share it right now. All right, it's down here. Hey.
What's up?
So, what'd you do this week?
Week?
Yeah. What'd you do this week?
Worked.
Uh-huh.
I went, actually I had a week off of school, so that was like, hallelujah.
Okay.
That was Friday. I
Uh-huh.
went out.
Okay. I'm saying, let's get to it. Like, you holding it off, right? Like, let's get to it.
Friday. Where did we go? Where happened? We went. The intention was to go to Papa Do's.
Oh, that was a horrible. Okay, not a horrible idea, but the timing.
The timing was off because, of course, it's happy hour time. Everybody's there, and the wait for a table was an hour and 45 minutes. And yeah, folks like us like to eat when we're ready to eat.
We do like to eat.
Yeah, that was too much of a long wait. So then from there, we left. We went to the Shell Shack.
Yeah.
That was good. That was pretty good. And then after that, we went to Iso Mimosa Bar.
Yes, Iso Mimosa Bar in Arlington. Shout out. They were pretty dope.
Yeah, Black owned business. Check it out.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a really good location. They got some good hookahs too. So yeah.
Yeah, the hookahs was good.
Yeah, so we stayed there for a little bit. It was 5 of us. So we stayed there for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yesterday, Saturday, I went to this place called Sur La Table. And it was pretty dope.
Okay.
I liked it. So Sur La Table.
Did you go by yourself?
No, I did not go by myself. No, I did not go by myself.
Just
so that was neither here nor there. Sur La Table is like where you go to cook with a chef, like a personal chef, like a chef.
Uh-huh.
So you're like in couples or pairs, right?
Right.
So it was me and my guy and then everybody else, right? So we cooked and we made like this Dijon mustard chicken with white wine sauce and garlic, and it was like really good with some potatoes and stuff. But I will have to say this.
What are you saying?
So they stole our chicken. I seasoned my chicken very well. We were the only ones there, right?
They stole.
Yeah, so when they took it after we cooked it, because mine was seasoned right, they only had salt and pepper though, right? They took it, put it in the oven, brought it back out of the oven to give it back to us, but they gave our chicken to another couple.
Yeah.
And the chicken we got looked like they didn't believe in salt or pepper. That was janky. I was a little bit upset about that. Overall experience so good. You can bring your own wine. So I'm getting turned. It was a couple of folks and they're already turned. And so yeah. And then after that, I went to where did we go after that? Texas Live for a little bit. Yeah, for that Mardi Gras Fest. So that was pretty cool too. I wish I would have got there a little bit earlier, but to get some of the crawfish.
Sounds like you had a very.
I mean, you were there too. So.
I know. I was more so wondering if you were going to tell our audience and everybody about the Saturday thing. I was really
What's that
What-
other thing?
what you did on Saturday, what you
Oh,
told me
Saturday.
about. Yeah, the
Yeah,
cooking. Right.
that's awesome.
That was fun. That sounded like it was fun.
Your
and
weekend?
tasty. My weekend. I mean, you said, like I said, like you just said, I was there.
Yeah.
So we did the mimosa thing on Friday and then Texas Live on Saturday. So my weekend was pretty standard. Oh, my daughter, Naima, she's in New York right now.
Hey.
Yeah, she went to New York. So that's pretty exciting. She's having fun out there. School trip. She's in GT and the GTE group. They all got to go to
I don't know
New
what
York.
the GT is.
Gifted and talented.
Oh, awesome.
That's right. I'm gonna give a big shout out to that.
Yeah,
Gifted and talented.
absolutely.
Right. Thank you very much. So yeah, they're doing that. Other than that, my weekend has been pretty much standard. I had a little like cold earlier this week. Really? You want to choose to slide over? Okay, whatever. I'm good. I did my COVID test and I am negative, so it was just a little cold. So, but I'm good. I'm back now. I went to the gym early this morning, and now we here. We here with another great guest,
Yes.
and we have a good topic today.
Absolutely.
We have a good topic.
Absolutely. Can't
Red
wait.
flags. Red flags. So, just a little about our Black business that we have coming up. It's eudaimonia.
Wellness and beauty.
Eudaimonia
Our girl
Wellness and Beauty.
Denisha.
Yes. So she's gonna tell us all about her business and what it is she does. No, I think I've heard of that before, but I've never actually.
Yeah, I feel like I need it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, in the army, I used to.
I don't need you poking. Nobody with needles.
Isn't that what she? I mean,
You.
oh, me. Oh, you just don't want me to do it.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right. I get it.
Right.
So again, that's been our weekend. We're coming back with eudaimonia. Janisha will be right back with this. Stay tuned. What's up, y'all? We are now back with Janisha.
Hey,
Hey,
hey, girl. Hey, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me, and let me talk a little bit about my business today. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh, absolutely. It is a pleasure.
Yes, it definitely is a pleasure. So just for everyone out there, if you guys can see, we have her website currently pulled up right now. This is Eudaimonia Wellness and Beauty, right?
Yes.
So as you guys see, you guys can go on the website. It's eudaimoniawellnessandbeauty.com. If you guys can find it at. All right. So
Yes.
go definitely check her out over there. But tell us, we worked on it. We worked on it and we asked you. But do the pronunciation. Where did you come up with the name?
So let me give a little background about myself because I feel like that kind of helps.
Yes.
So I'm Janisha. I've been a registered nurse this is year 7. Most of my nursing has been in emergency nursing. I've done a little bit of home health, home infusions, pain management, literally a little bit of any and everything.
Okay.
And so just working as a ER nurse, I see literally anything that you can and can't imagine. And so before I started and ventured into IV hydration, I also am a makeup artist as well here in Dallas.
Okay.
And so I wanted to find a way to bridge both of my lives together as a nurse and as a makeup artist. And so I was trying to figure out how I can bring the two together.
Okay.
And it didn't, but whatever. So I racked my brain forever and ever. So I was in home infusions at the time. And so it never occurred to me that IV hydration was something that I should get into.
Right.
Even though I work with these patients, I give fluids all day, every day, it never clicked.
Right.
Until we got knee deep into the pandemic, and that had its whole experience in itself. And just seeing how COVID was affecting the patients, especially like the early on in the pandemic, seeing how COVID was affecting the patients, and how they were tanking so fast. And, everything was coming out about, oh, you need to take these supplements. You need to boost your immune system with this. You need to do this. You need to do this. And everyone was and nobody was doing it.
Right.
So that's when it clicked to me, like, instead of focusing on people coming to the emergency room because they're sick,
Right.
or they don't have proper health care
Right.
on their own. And so we're always reacting to how people are currently.
Right.
And so I see the effect and the toll that has on individuals when they're always reactive with their health care. So I wanted to take a spin, and I said, how can we find a way to move into the arena of being preventative healthcare and
Right.
helping our community to learn how to take care of their bodies before they get to the point where they have to come see me in the ER.
Mm.
So that's where it started. And so it literally was a Google search. No lie. So how I came up with the name. So my makeup business is Brush Your Artistry. And that's basically my brushes and the ER together. And so I wanted to focus on healthcare that really went beyond just outer beauty. I wanted to focus on healthcare, wellness. And so it came to Google, and somehow Google search led me down a rabbit hole, and I ended up at Eudaimonia.
Okay.
Wow.
And so basically what eudaimonia means is human flourishing.
Oh, okay.
And so it's basically a lot of it gets misinterpreted as happiness, but happiness is a state of being.
Right.
So if you're thrown off by something in your day, your mood, you're not happy anymore.
Right.
And so it's really a deeper meaning. It's the highest level of human well-being that anyone can achieve.
Oh.
So
I like that.
that's how it came. And so people really were like, no one is going to pronounce that. And I said, well, that's because nobody knows what it is and they've never heard of it.
Right.
But once you understand what it is, it kind of takes us like, oh, okay, this is a little deeper. So that's why our motto is deeper than beauty. Because we want
look at that. Thank you.
wellness, outer wellness, your beauty. Because if you look good, you feel good. But if you feel good, you also look good. So that's how we came to be.
I love it. I love it.
That's pretty dope. After hearing the story behind it, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about hydration, IV hydration therapy.
So basically, Eudaimonia Wellness and Beauty will have several buckets, but we're going to start on one sector, which is our IV hydration therapy. And so basically, IV hydration therapy is taking concentrated doses of vitamins and nutrients and giving it to you through an IV. Okay. So basically, you're going to get 100% availability of all vitamins and nutrients that you're wanting. So a lot of people take oral supplements for like vitamin C and zinc and magnesium. So when you take pills by mouth, you're only going to get maybe, if you're a healthy individual with no comorbidities and no problems, you're only going to get the availability of maybe 60 to 70% of the medications that you take.
Okay.
So if you have other issues like gut, people have leaky gut or have other issues going on, then you drop to maybe absorbing maybe 35 to 50% of the medication. So then you have to take the supplements all the time. And then people don't take the supplements at the right time. People take the supplements first thing in the morning. So now you're making your availability of the medications even less. So with IV hydration therapy, we are giving you the medications directly into your veins. So you get 100% availability of all vitamins and nutrients that you need.
That's awesome. So you said people take vitamins at the wrong time of the day. They take them in the morning. So you should take them in the evening?
You should take them at night, actually.
Really?
Yes. So, and people just don't, it threw me off too, because I always took my pills in the morning too. I ain't gonna lie to you. But so in the daytime, in the morning, people get up and take my vitamins and you go. You burn energy all day long, calories all day long. Right. So now you're burning energy naturally, you're burning calories naturally, and then you're taking supplements on top of that. So now your availability and you be able to use those medications throughout the day has drastically lessened.
Wow.
Okay.
So you should really take them in the evening time. These are vitamins, though. Take them in the evening time where your body's relaxed, you're sleeping. Yes, you're still burning energy, but you're going to get more availability of the medications if you take them in the evening time because it allows you to absorb more in the evening versus the first thing.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So I'm gonna tell you, my dad used to tell me, don't take those vitamins during nighttime. You're gonna stay up all night. You're not gonna be able to sleep.
Well, so it depends on what vitamins do you take. So if you're taking something like B12 that helps with energy, then yes, that is going to keep you up.
Right.
So if you're just taking a lot of people take
about
like
daily
B,
vitamins.
yeah, it just depends on what's in your vitamins.
Okay.
So if you have anything, B12 is usually what people use to give them energy.
Okay.
But during the nighttime, yeah, I don't suggest that.
Okay.
But your other vitamins and daily pills that you take, nighttime.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So tell us, what other services do you have?
So currently we have our IV hydration therapy, and we have our vitamin booster shots as well. So basically, I give you options. You can get your IVs, and then you can also get your IM injections as well. So basically, the theory behind that is you'll basically always be able to have these nutrients available to your body all the time. So
Okay.
we'll give you 100% as IV therapy. We'll give you a shot that kind of like takes you and holds you over until your next IV treatment. And then we also have supplements as well that you can take in the interim as well. So to make sure that we keep your body functioning at its optimal performance.
Okay. Sounds like you got a lot to offer there on that plate.
We do.
Okay, that's pretty dope. I would want to try it. I mean, yeah.
You
should. Oh,
So
okay.
we are definitely, so for all the listeners of Temporary Best Friends, we have a code for you guys. It's when you go to our website and you put in Temporary Besties, you get 20% off of all our packages and our products for you guys to use. You can book drips, you can get some packages. And the beauty about Eudaimonia is we're concierge, so we come to wherever you are.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you're at home, if you're at work, some people want to be do it while they're like the salons and stuff, or they're working on their own business. We come to where you are. You just got to let us know when we come.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
that's even better. Y'all
Say less.
go plug that discount code in.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
People
Temporary
don't come to you
bestie.
no more.
Temporary Besties.
Temporary bestie. So make sure.
20% off.
Yep, 20% off. Hey, you can't beat that. You can't beat that, y'all. So make sure y'all go ahead and check that out.
Thank
Check
you.
her out. This is really, really dope. Are you gonna hang out for a little bit when we get into our
Absolutely. I'm interested to see what this topic on red flags is going to be. See if I can add some razzle.
Right?
All right, so we're gonna jump right into that right after this, y'all. What's up, y'all? What's up? We back. We're here with Janisha of Eudaimonia, and she's gonna stick with us today as we jump into our topic of the day. Why are you so excited about this?
I am excited about it. I am. How do you feel about it, Janisha? Are you excited about this topic?
I feel like this can go a lot of different ways. So I'm just going to see where the conversation goes.
Oh my gosh. Y'all two right there are y'all are killing me. So okay, all right, Jazz, go ahead. Let's drop knowledge on the people out there. Let's talk about what are some of the red flags.
Okay, so I have my own, red flags, but that is a long list. So what I decided to do is just go for the basics, right? I'm just gonna give you what my research has given as some of the top overall red flags. And then you guys could give maybe some of yours, because I'm sure it's not as long as mine. So One of the red flags is love bombing. Do y'all know what love bombing is?
No, we remember I told you that. I don't know.
So pretty much what love bombing is doing a whole bunch, like doing too much. Like when we say, okay, you're doing too much. We just started dating. Like you're just doing too much. So I'll read to you what it says. Love bombing is an attempt to influence a person by demonstrations of attention and affection. It can be used in different ways for either positive or negative purposes. Psychologists have identified love bombing as a possible part of a cycle of abuse and have warned against it. So, some examples of those love bombings are excessive compliments,
Hmm.
spending too much time together too soon, and constant gifts.
Oh, so wait. Isn't that also like the first stage of like
Dating?
like getting to know somebody and dating, all right? Like
Well, if you're getting to know, I guess doing the excessive, I guess compliments, like you're overkill. It's overkill. Like you're just doing too much. What do you think, Janisha?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just tell us you said you doing too much. Like, yes, you want to be able to, you know, get the attention of that other person, but don't smother me.
Right.
Like, when you smother me, then I'm automatically unattractive.
Yeah.
So is there a certain point where you say it's too much love bombing? Because then what if that person's personality though is they like that, like they enjoy the gifts or
Their
like
love
the
language.
compliments, right? That's their love language. That's the word I was looking for. What if, I mean, I guess that's a conversation to be had with that person though, right? Because
It's, I mean, I still think there's a level of use. You still have to find a balance.
Right.
okay.
Because just because that's your love language, it's not mine, and you have to know how to accept and love and show affection to the person based on your love language and theirs too. So just because that's what you like, that don't mean I like that.
Right.
All right. So we got love bombing.
We got love bombing.
Love bombing.
Next
That's a red
one.
flag.
Next red flag: lack of communication.
Mm.
That is a definite red flag.
Now I will say that's probably the one that I was most guilty of.
That's your red
Yeah,
flag.
that was my red flag. I was very guilty of the lack of communication because I was one of those people that I didn't do much talking. Didn't do much talking, but I have learned now how to more express the mood or the state of mind or just how I'm feeling at the time. Before it was just more so like, "Yeah, what's wrong? I'm good.
That's
I'm good."
you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that was bad. That was very. What about you? How do you do with communication?
I mean, I think I can always improve on communication. I think you should always work to improve on communication because how you communicate with one may not be the same with the other.
Okay.
So I feel like for me, as long as we can kind of have a good understanding, it might have to change. My communication may have to adjust at times, to what I'm used to versus what that person may be used to. Not saying I have to fully change like Jazzy, but I mean, if you're in a relationship or even just
Right.
a friendship with your bestie or something, communication is key, right?
That's true. That's true. You gotta talk through
Communication
things.
and understanding, that's a part of communication. So I think that's always something that can be worked on.
What are your thoughts, Denisha?
That is a big one that I have had to learn. Communicating. I mean, as a woman, I communicate differently in different stages of my life, and so I like to. I have been told I can be a little bossy,
Oh,
so learning to listen has
hmm.
been a big thing, and having to talk about my feelings and talk to someone and not at somebody. When you're trying to establish different relationships with people, it's a work in progress. Like Jazzy said, you're always learning every day.
Yeah.
Um, mhm, I can say that,
Yeah,
but it's way better than where I used to be.
you know what? I mean, now that you mention it, I would say I could do better on communicating my feelings.
Hmm.
I'm more of a, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you put it out there, then
Mhm.
you take it and use it for the wrong way.
Right.
So I'm the type I want to fill you out and be comfortable enough with you to and know you enough to be able to start communicating certain things.
Okay.
That's fair.
You're past the love bombing to be able to communicate.
We not if it's love bombing, we not
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
What
All
other
right.
red flags we got?
Next red flag: controlling or jealous behavior.
Oh, yeah, you gotta run on that one, y'all. If you have that, you have to run on that one. I don't even have much to say on that one because I've never. Well, I guess it's something that you see, right? I was thinking of it. I never, but that's just not me. But yeah, you gotta run on that one. I ain't got much else to say on that one. Just run. You see controlling and jealous behavior. Just run.
I'm not gonna lie, I have ignored that red flag.
Hmm.
I have ignored that red flag in my life. Because then you're younger and jealous behavior back then to me came off as oh, he really likes me.
Mhm. Oh, that's it.
Right, he really, he really, of course I was young, and don't really know any better, but that was definitely a red flag. Like I thought that was, I'm not gonna say it was cute, but it wasn't like any aggression behind it to
Right.
make me run from it. So it was just like, oh, he just wants to know where I'm at, or he just wants to, it's like that's a good thing in my mind back then. I thought it was cute. Like he's thinking about me all the time. And now being older, I'm like, hell no. No. Is that a red flag for you?
Yes. I again, when I was younger, that was the thing. Oh, that means that they like you and all that, and I was very jealous. So yeah, that was me.
Okay.
Oh, you were the
So
jealous one.
That's
I
your
was
red
the jealous one.
flag. Okay.
So, but you have to live, you have to learn, you got to grow up. So that's not cute, and no, that is definitely a huge red flag because that's a like combination. I feel like this is all one person. They love bomb, then
Right.
the jealousy. I think it's all the same.
Oh, you think all this is in one person?
It can,
Sometimes it
it
can
can
be.
be, for sure. I've known one person.
I can't say I ain't never been there before. I haven't been there with one.
No, I know somebody myself.
Oh,
All
really?
right.
You can recall somebody that has already
So
have
far?
those three?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Damn.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. What?
All right. Next one. Bad relationships with friends and family. So if they have a bad relationship with their friends or their family, you gotta question why, right? Like, what is wrong with you? Because clearly you're the common denominator. So why can't you get along with people you call friends and the people that you're supposed to love? So I don't know. What do you think?
I think that one's huge for me, right? Because how they get along with their family has always been something that I look at, and how you're going to get along with me and my family and my friends. So that has been a big one for me. And if I realize, I think even before getting to a whole dating stage, though, I don't think I've ever dealt with anyone where I didn't see them getting along well with their family.
Right.
So yeah, I actually look for that one. Like I look for their relationship with their family and their friends and things like that because yeah, it does speak a larger picture on how they'll deal with you and when they get invited into your circle and things like that.
And their character.
Yes.
It speaks a lot on their character as well.
Yes.
So
Like why your family don't like you?
right. I have not.
But sometimes it could be that person's family. It may not necessarily be them.
That's
And
true.
they could come from a toxic family.
Yeah,
That
this
is also
very true.
that is
So
also very true.
So we have to have this conversation. We're gonna
Back
have
to
to
that
have this
communication.
conversation because my understanding of why you might view this way, or maybe your family is this way, is all well and dandy. That don't mean I have to deal with it and tolerate it for the rest of my life. So, and when you marry into a family, you marry the family. The family comes with them, be it toxic or not. And so,
That is-
no, that's a cutoff. You could be a great person, but if you got that toxic baggage that come with you, I mean, we're gonna have issues with that part of it.
That is true. What's your take?
If their relationship with their friends, yes, is very important. Because that really says a lot about how they communicate with them, how they interact with them. Do they want to be with them all the time? That says a lot. But the family thing is kind of like a 50-50 for me. Because like if you're a person who's like, a black sheep in your family just because you go against everything that your family's ever stood on, then you may not have that same relationship with them because you just go against the family. So I mean, I have my own thoughts on that in general, but I do think it's important to know how they interact with their family members. Like, I have a huge family, but I may only interact with a small circle of them.
Right.
And that's just because all family you can't deal with. So I think that can kind of go both ways.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely see your point.
I see your point with that one. What else we got?
Extreme emotional reaction.
Oh.
That is a red flag.
Extreme
Emotional reaction. So, anger outbursts, anxiety, depression, substance abuse, suicidal thoughts, self-harm, and other self-damaging behaviors are all underneath that category.
Is that like the definition for extreme emotional reactions?
I think this was on Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Because I was like,
That's what it says there. I don't remember. It wasn't for me, so
I guess
whoever.
I guess when I was thinking about that, the angry outbursts, I was definitely thinking about, right? Some of those other ones
I didn't associate
anxiety and depression to
Yeah,
extreme, because that might be something that they're already dealing with. That has nothing to do necessarily with their relationship. Oh, you get calls during
right,
during,
and
sorry.
on side.
It's supposed to be. I did. I thought I did, but honestly, I didn't. But again, like, so I think the anxiety and depression thing is like, it might be something that they're dealing with outside of you. I definitely would consider the angry outbursts, like excessive angry outbursts, like that is definitely a red flag. I think that might go back to like jealous behavior, right? Like it definitely might stem from one of those two things. So yeah, I can see.
I agree.
Wikipedia said run.
Run. Yeah, I don't think anxiety should be on there. No.
Depression, suicidal.
Some of us don't realize that
Right.
we got anxiety, so I don't think that's one. Depression is one though.
Yeah.
I can't take on somebody that is depressed. I can't do it. So
I thought you were going into more on that, but you just left it at I can't.
yeah, because just thinking about it and replaying certain things in my head, I know, and if I see it, then it's just some internal things that I feel like you just got to work on with self. Because I've done a lot of my own self healing and so much work on myself and getting over a lot of experiences and things and emotions and traumas that I can't take on somebody with that. You have to be healed like I'm healed. You have to be in a different state. And not to say there's anything wrong with anybody that is going through any of it, and I would be a listening ear to whoever, and be there for them any way that I possibly could be, but not in a relationship.
Understand. Okay. I understand that. Janisha, what you think about extreme? So wait, let me ask this. What do you consider, not what, because we talked about what, but like how, what's your level to make it be considered excessive or extreme, right? Like, because an angry outburst once or twice, I might happen, but like, what is that? What makes it
but anger to what level? That's what you're saying. You can't cuss me out. Like you can't do that. If you look like you're gonna become violent, like nah.
Okay.
That's a no. I mean, raising your voice is already pushing it. But
it's an argument.
But why you can't talk?
You don't want me to raise my voice?
Right. Why the argument gonna be allowed?
It doesn't have to, but I feel as though like that sometimes happens in arguments, right? Like just Somebody raise or elevates it. Matter of fact, not even yell. They just elevate their voice a
It
little
can be an
bit.
inflection.
You don't even want the inflection. You want it to be straight. Like
I think you have to, in relations, you have to learn how to argue. I think
that's
that's
true.
an important fact a lot of people miss. I had to learn how to argue. You
Right.
have to know, and so raising your voice a lot of times shuts the other person down because now you feel like you're talking at me and you're not talking to me. So I'm automatically like, we're not gonna. I'm gonna wait, let you calm down, and then let's come back and reevaluate.
Right. And actually, some people can respond not just with shutting down, but getting defensive. And now they go into attack mode because they feel like they got to defend your hostility.
So now you're in a whole nother situation.
That just makes things escalate. So, yeah. Emotional outbursts, or angry outbursts, that's a lot. Substance abuse, absolute no-go. You have a drug problem, I'm not going to be able to do that neither.
You just run from that.
Run from that. Suicidal thoughts, I'm going to be there for that person.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
So that wouldn't be a red flag? Because they have it here as a red flag. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. So that's a red flag. And we're running from that.
No, I'm not gonna run. I'm gonna be there
You're
for
gonna be
them,
there.
but I'm not gonna be in a relationship.
Okay.
Same with self-harm and any other self-damaging behaviors.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see that.
So then we got another one, which is kind of ties into where it says under the extreme emotional reactions, alcohol and substance abuse. So that's off the list. We know.
Yeah, alcohol. We out there.
Here's a good one though: gaslighting.
Explain that to me. Like explain gaslighting.
Okay, so gaslighting is, I don't know, they intentionally avoid the conversation or the question or the situation, and you gaslight. You gaslight a lot. I'm gonna read to you what it says. It says gaslighting is a form of manipulation that often occurs in abusive relationships. Yeah, for him. It is a covert type of emotional abuse where the bully or the abuser misleads the target, creating a false narrative and making them question their judgment and reality. Wow.
Janisha, I'm gonna let you go ahead and jump into this one first, because apparently I do it already.
Yeah. I don't know if you do it in relationships, but with this friendship, sometimes
Again, Janisha, go ahead.
But I mean, I feel like some people think. I think it kind of ties into the whole like love bombing and jealousy type thing.
Uh-huh.
I think this kind of ties into that a little bit, and I feel like it's because they're being deceptive and they're lying. They're trying to not come across like they are. So yeah, I can see that.
Okay, we're definitely running from that. I just need more information from. No.
I feel like I'm running from gaslighting.
Are you?
Yeah, I think that falls under narcissism.
Okay.
It's somebody who is like that and who intentionally creates a false narrative and then turns around and makes you feel like
you're the problem.
You're the problem or you're wrong. And then they use intimidation factors and things like that to get you to believe their false narrative. And then that creates a psychological issue with the person receiving it. And depending on how long you're with that person, that could be a lot of damage that needs to be undone, especially before getting into another relationship. Narcissism is no joke.
I gotta go back and think through some things. You just said like, so I got. No, that's not how I am, or at least that's not what I had portrayed that I am. But like clearly now, after hearing these definitions and things like that, let me go back and do some more self-reflecting real quick.
That's all it's about. The first is self-awareness. Once you're aware, then you can make changes on things you need to change.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
All right, next one. It just says never ignore the red flags. So, why do we ignore red flags? We ignore red flags, one, I think, because you want to believe that that person is who they say they are, or that this red flag is just not that big a deal. Like you try to tell yourself it's something than what it is, right, blatant in your face, right? It says here we ignore red flags because we're afraid they are telling the truth, or the true painful story, whatever that even means. Second, we ignore red flags because we think our intuition is wrong.
Ooh, that part is good.
It simply cannot be right. We engage in a denial and carry on as if nothing is wrong because it's easier to deny than to go through the pain of conflict.
Oh, oh,
I can see that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we ignore other people's red flags because we don't want to go through the pain of conflict. That's pretty much what that's saying.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I never liked conflict. I was always a big stay away from conflict type person anyway. In my relationships, it's now that I'm learning to like. You can have good conflict, right? You can have conflict can create an opportunity for you to have a conversation, right? And it's taking that action to have that conversation to then resolve those conflicts that you have that allows you the ability to grow.
Right.
So yeah, I would definitely say that back in the gap, I would just be like I said earlier, I would just kind of shut down, right? I didn't want to jump into the conflict or anything like that.
Okay. So, question then, either of you can answer first, it doesn't matter. When you're dating somebody, because we have our absolute what we will tolerate and the absolute no's. Sorry.
Okay.
So this is like on my table, this is what I am not going to tolerate for sure, right? And then you might have something like that person snores and I don't like snoring. Right? So so for the absolute no's, and then you have your, I mean, it just depends. Everybody's, list might be different, have different things on them. At what point do you say this is a red flag, and how do you end that situation?
Oh, I think it depends on which red flag, like which one it is, because kind of, I guess your tolerance level for each one might be different. But like if it's something like the jealous, controlling behavior, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to get out of that ASAP, like ASAP, right? As soon as you see it, right? The gaslighting, like you guys talked about, it might not be something that you recognize immediately, but like when you immediately recognize it, what we're saying, everybody out there, when you immediately recognize it, get out. That's what I think. I think if you see it and it's not on if it's on one of your non-negotiable lists.
That's what I was thinking.
Just if it's on the non-negotiable list, then just get out. Trust that intuition that you have and just roll.
Yeah.
What you think, Janisha?
I agree. I think it depends on the level. And I also think it depends on, sometimes people don't recognize, like Joy was saying, some people don't recognize that they have these bad behaviors. They've done it for so long. Yeah. And so sometimes with some people, you can just sit there and have a conversation with them and, say like, hey, if this is something that we want to make work, then let's sit down and figure out what we can change. Because sometimes people just need the opportunity to change behaviors. You can change behaviors, but that person has to be willing to do that.
And they have to be aware that a behavior that needs to be changed. So if you don't communicate the issue or the problem, then they will never know it needs to be changed or even addressed. Yeah, so that's a big one. I think like you, Dre, I feel like if it's me and if there are red flags, a red flag, at this point, I have so much on my non-negotiable list that everything is a damn red flag. Everything is a non-negotiable. It's like, no.
I think I've trimmed my non-negotiable list down.
See, mine started trimmed. Mine didn't have enough on it.
Now it's grown.
Yes, mine started like, oh, you dealing with too much, and I had to learn, and I was very, very, I had some issues back then, so I had to add to my non-negotiables because people just take advantage sometimes.
Is that a list that do you think that's a list that you should add and subtract?
I do. So I have this conversation with my girlfriends a lot because sometimes I feel like their lists are a little long. I feel like if you're adding, you're never going to find the perfect ideal.
Right.
Well, no,
they don't exist. They don't. You have to be able to bend and be like, okay, yes, this is a non-negotiable, but maybe this is something I can kind of deal with. So I definitely think you need to reevaluate that list. Having a 2-page list, baby, where is that going to get you?
Yeah, it ain't going to get you nowhere.
It's not. So you got to figure out, okay, what can I absolutely not deal with? I think some of those red flags are absolutely no's. And what can I like bend on and maybe, okay, I'm not saying settle in no shape or form. I'm saying settle, but we have to be real. In some people's situation, you got to be a little bit more.
I agree.
That's
100%.
So you guys know that we started the show and we're getting better and better at everything. I didn't know that we had like a comments section right there. Yeah. But apparently the comment was answered already. Someone asked, so would you get out without having a conversation? But you answered it. Yeah, like we get out. But she said you would have a conversation first. So I just found that out. Look, y'all, we live on YouTube. Everybody's live on their Facebook and their Instagram. Is live on hers. So we really appreciate all the love that you guys are showing us and giving us right now. Make sure you go and you subscribe to our channel. Sorry, I was just a little shameless plug in the middle of that because I know we wasn't done talking, but like I was on the roll. So. Eudaimonia.
Yes.
But go ahead, Jazzy. Go ahead.
Sorry. No worries. So yeah, that's pretty much all the topics that we have really to go over today. Like, unless there is a question or an area of a red flag that either of you would like to address or that you've maybe experienced yourself.
No, I just learned that I gaslight. So I need to go and do some things. Right, I need to go and process that right now. I need to go and do some things because, yeah, we didn't know that at all. Okay, but now that I know what it is.
Well, I will share a book that really helped me to really get. I used to do a lot of these things, and so I probably shared this book with everybody. But if you haven't read Four Agreements by Don, whatever his name is, Don Ruiz, amazing book because it really breaks down a lot of these things, and it really changed for me, like how I communicate in my relationship, how I have conversations in my relationship, and just being a better person for yourself, but also for other people. If you haven't read it, it's a really quick read. Definitely a book to really read, to really understand how you can just be a better person. I guess, Dre, you must have heard of this book or you read it recently.
So I'm like probably 7 pages from the end. So the deal I made to myself is like, I can't read a full book at one time. So I made the deal that I'm going to read like 3 to 5 pages a day, right? Which has been working.
A lot of books.
I actually had that. I have that book. So I'm currently reading it, but I started reading that book. This is going to sound so bad. Probably like 2 years ago. Don't look at that.
So when did you start the 3 to 4 pages?
I just started the 3 to 4 pages a day this year. So I've actually now pretty much I'm almost completing the book. But what you're talking about is absolutely correct. That book has allowed me to like do some real looking. So that's what I got to self-reflect. Be impeccable.
Yep, with your words.
Don't take anything personal.
Don't assume things.
Don't assume, and do the best you can do. Those are the 4 agreements that it talks about in that book. It is a really, really good read, and I recommend everybody.
Could I use it after you done?
Yeah, let me finish 7 pages.
It will not take pages.
Dre, you can finish those 7 pages tonight. I promise.
Right.
You're right. I will finish my 7 pages tonight, y'all. All right, everybody out there, and then I will get you the book. You're very, very welcome. Janisha, we really appreciate you today coming in and joining us on the show and talking a little bit about your business and stuff like that. For everybody out there, make sure you guys go and check out Janisha, you can find her Eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia Wellness and Beauty. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, eudaimoniawellness.beauty. Also subscribe to our email subscription as well. We send out information, discounts. We're always running some stuff. Actually, we're going to be in Houston this coming weekend, doing some shop bars and with some of the local gyms in the city. And then we also have some upcoming shop bars as well in March and April that you can find us. We're partnering with some other Black-owned businesses in the city as well. So definitely subscribe, follow us on IG and Facebook because we're bringing the wellness to you.
That's what I'm talking about, bringing wellness to our community. That's what we need. We thank you so much, Janisha.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it has been a pleasure, and we will catch up with you again. Y'all make sure to go follow her, okay, on Instagram. Send her, and don't forget your discount code.
Yes, temporary bestie.
Bestie.
We're gonna have that in the link in the bottom and on our YouTube as well. So you guys make sure you guys go and get that. All right, Janisha, we'll talk to you.
Bye.
Thank you.
What's up, y'all? We are back. We had a great segment today with Janisha with Eudaimonia Wellness and Beauty. As usual, we have our announcements for today, so we're gonna jump into some announcements that we have. Jazzy, what we have coming up?
So we got an awesome networking event, you guys, that's coming up April 15th. I'll put the information on here. Looks like Dre has put the information there. This is for all business owners, professionals in the DFW area. You definitely want to make sure that you attend this networking event. You'll be able to connect with a lot of people in lots of different areas who can help, build you up, build your business up, and things like that. Pass out some business cards and get to know some people. You want to make sure that you go to our link on Instagram. And be sure to register. So register for this event. It is being hosted by James Walker Realty. It is April 15th from 4 to 7:30. The address should be followed. There it is right there on the bottom. It will be some wine, some snacks, some music. And then guess what? Temporary Best Friends is going to be in the house.
We gonna be there.
So we are going to be the plug to let y'all know what's going on at this amazing networking event. So make sure you click that link. You want to be sure to register because once there's no tickets, there's no tickets. And you know it's going to be everybody in that thing, especially Temporary Best Friends.
You already know. Hey, guys, make sure you go and wait, where is that? Oh, I gotta go right there. Make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Get those clicks, hit that like button. Make sure you go and share. Go do that right now. Also, make sure you find us on Instagram and on Facebook. On Facebook, we are TBF Jazzy Dre. Okay, TBF Jazzy Dre on Facebook.
Jazzy, Jazzzie, Dre, DRE.
Anybody ever spell your name wrong?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. Or they always be like, is it Jasmine?
They don't ask, is it? They just call me Jasmine. Or Debbie. Don't even ask where that comes from. I say Jazzy, they say Debbie. I say Jazzy, I spell it. They'll still say Debbie.
Okay, that's a whole nother. Okay. Guys, we really appreciate you guys again for tuning in. Make sure you go subscribe, like, and everything like that. Go follow Eudaimonia. And we are your temporary best friends.
And we have. Hey.
I don't remember the end